is my final traced and colored in image. And once you finish tracing and coloring in your image, you are going to cut that image up and rearrange it into an abstract composition like I've done here. So you can see in this composition, I have cut it in my image into squares and rearranged them on a separate page. But I've also played with the size of those squares. So some are more rectangular and larger. Sometimes I've cut out smaller images from within those squares and copied them into other spaces so that I'm creating a harmonious abstract composition. What I mean by harmonious is it feels whole, that our eye travels through it, that it's balanced from corner to corner, that nothing is just trapped in the center, that images and shapes repeat, that colors combine into new shapes. And so what we're really looking at for is a sense of movement, rhythm, repetition, and balance to create our harmonious whole. Okay? And that's a balance of shape and color. And it's a repetition of shapes and a repetition of colors. And our eye should travel around without getting stuck in one space for too long. So how do we do this? Well, come over to your original image and you can see I have a lot of layers going on here. So the first thing you're going to do is come over once you're done tracing and coloring and flatten the image. So you're just going to go to Layer, Flatten Image. And it's going to discard the hidden layers, and that should be okay. So I hit OK. And now I have one background. Okay. Next, I'm just going to unlock that background. And I want to set up my guides for cutting. So I'm going to go to View, and I'm going to do New Guide. Oops, sorry, I'm going to go to View, New Guide Layout. So New Guide Layout under View. And you can do 3 or 4. So you can either do 3 boxes down and 3 boxes across, or you can do 4. I did over here, on mine, I did 4. So I'm going to do 4 again. So 4 and 4. Okay, and you want to make sure there's nothing in width, nothing in height, and nothing in gutter, Okay, so then you're going to hit OK. Then you're going to go to, now remember your image size is 9 by 12. Mine here is 5 by 7. So I'm going to go to File, New, and I'm going to make another 5 by 7. You're going to make another 9 by 12, or if yours is 12 by 12. So you just want to make sure the new file you make is the same as your current file. So I'm going to make sure its resolution is 300 and it's the same size as my original image, and I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to go to New Guide Layout. It's already set up the same, so I'm going to hit OK. Now I might end up turning this off, but I want it here to start. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to start copying and transferring. So I'm going to come over to my rectangle marquee and I'm going to go from the corner and pull it down. And when it turns pink along the edge, you can see that it has grabbed it. Now, one thing I forgot to show you is you want to make sure before you do this that your guides are locked. So make sure you hit lock guides so they don't move around and shift as you're copying, selecting and cutting. So now I'm going to go to Edit, Cut, and it's cut it out. And then come over to here to Edit, Paste. And then you can see it fits directly in there. And I'm just randomly placing them, and then once I get them all cut and paste, then I can play with them. And I can start arranging my composition as I go, knowing I'm going to change it. So again, Edit, Cut, Edit, Paste, move it to a box. Right now I don't have enough to make a composition, so I'm just kind of placing them wherever. And again, come to my marquee, edit, cut, come over to my new one, edit, paste. Okay, so I'm going to stop there and I'm going to finish cutting and pasting, and then I'll come back and show you how to arrange and play with size and layout. I have simply cut and pasted from my original file. See, it's blank, and I've pasted it all over here. And after I pasted it onto here, I would move it using the move tool here. See this little arrow with the multi-directional symbol, and I would put them in random boxes using my guide. Now, some of it I kind of like this little S curve here, but overall I know I need to make some adjustments. So with my move tool, I'm going to start kind of playing with shifting some things around. So you can simply shift. I like this here, but I don't like this here. I think these need to come together. So I've moved these switch these two boxes, and then I'm going to go to free transform. I can make this bigger. I can flip it. I want to get it so that this is actually touching here. So I'm going to go to edit, transform, flip horizontal, and then they meet up because I wanted to just kind of complete that S form. Now, one thing I might also do is I might want to take this and repeat this up here. So remember that every time you copied and paste something, it created a new layer. So you can see all your copies and pastes here so that you can kind of single things out, move them around in their layer order as well. So I'm going to copy this little shape here. I'm going to come to my pen tool, and I'm going to come along my grid line. And then I'm going to use my arrows to bend these points, and I'm going to close the shape. And then I'm going to say make selection, make sure it's at 0 pixels, and I'm going to hit OK. And now I can edit, copy, don't cut it, edit, paste, and grab it, and I have another shape. And then I can do edit, free transform, that shape, and I can bring it up and kind of cut this box and see it's echoing that shape there. So that might be something interesting to continue playing with. I can move it closer to here too. Okay. And you can always go to view, show, guides, and look at your work without the guides too. You can see that this layer, when I free transformed it, I didn't quite get it right, so I'm going to go to edit, free transform here. I just got to adjust. I can even make it a little bigger. I could play with it size-wise, but I think for this, I just want to straighten it out. And hit enter. Fill that in. Okay, so, and then I could come here and bring this closer and start playing with that. And I can repeat it again. I can even go to layer, copy, and then I have it here. And then, oh, it didn't copy. Layer, duplicate, and then fit there. So I'm starting to see, but this one doesn't fit here really, I don't think. So I'm going to try moving this one into this space, and that seems to work better. And then I kind of like how these are coming together here. She's going to be the real tricky point in this composition. And then I'm going to, with this one, I'm going to layer, duplicate. I'm just going to put it here. I'm going to move it below. Probably won't let me move it over. And put it under. And so I'm just kind of moving these shapes. And then layer, duplicate again. So every time I'm doing this, I'm responding to what I've done before, looking to see how can I create transformation, how can I create balance and harmony by moving around my shapes. I'm going to just fill this in pink, I think, so I'll come down to my background. I'm going to unlock it. I'm going to pick up this pink so you can even draw into if you need to. And I'm really starting to like this composition. And it's very different from my first one, as you can see. It's a little more complex and sophisticated. I think as we work, we will figure out multiple compositions that could be useful to us. I could repeat this image here, up here, or I could repeat this one. I'm going to come up here, layer, duplicate. I'm going to hit OK. And then I kind of like how these two are speaking to each other. So I need to kind of build something in here. So I'm going to stop here. I don't want to make you watch me do this entire thing, which is going to take some time. But I hope you see that you are not just, you're rearranging the boxes, but then you're also using the pen tool, the transform tool, you're duplicating layers, you're moving things around, adding things, editing things out. I'll just come here, edit, free transform. I'm going to make her bigger. And then you're also rearranging layers. I'm going to bring her down to here. And then I'm going to come to this layer here. And I can even erase out because she went behind. So now I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to turn my opacity all the way up. And you can see I've kind of erased her out. And so this is now becoming really abstract. And it's getting there. It needs a lot of work, but it has so much potential. So again, you're playing with erasing things, adding things, transforming things, duplicating things, rearranging them, turn them upside down, make them bigger, make them smaller, until you get that composition that is abstract and visually engaging, that has movement, repetition, rhythm, and balance. And of course, talk to each other, get each other's opinions and advice, and see where it takes you.